Indian opposition parties have moved a no-confidence motion against the BJP-led union government in the parliament. The newly formed opposition tie-up, dubbed the Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance, is demanding a statement from the Prime Minister on violence in Manipur. Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi, the Bharat Rashtra Samiti member Namar Nageswara Rao filed the no-confidence motion on behalf of the opposition alliance partners. The Indian Law Minister says that the government is prepared for every situation and is ready for a discussion as well.
तो चाहते हैं मणिपुर पे चर्चा हो। कल गृह मंत्री जी ने भी लोकसभा में फिर बोला, क्योंकि इनका विषय सत्र शुरू होने से पहले यही था कि मणिपुर पे चर्चा कराओ। अब चर्चा कराने की जब हमने सहमति भरी तो रूल्स ले आए। रूल्स पे कुछ डिस्कशन पे सहमति बन रही थी तो एक नया मुद्दा ले आए कि प्रधानमंत्री जी आकर के चर्चा शुरू करें। ये मुझे लगता है बहाना है।
The leaders of the opposition parties held a meeting on Tuesday to discuss their strategy. They've been protesting, sloganeering in the parliament over the violence in Manipur. The monsoon session of the Indian parliament has witnessed repeated adjournments.
जो पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेसी में हमें रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस दिए हैं उसके अंतर्गत हम पूरी कोशिश करेंगे कि देश को प्रधानमंत्री सदन से संबोधित करें और बताएं कि इतना महिलाओं पे जघन्य अपराध हुआ कि वहाँ की सरकार चुप क्यों बैठी रही। 100 से ज़्यादा FIRs हैं, वो खुद मुख्यमंत्री कहते हैं। मुख्यमंत्री से इस्तीफा क्यों नहीं लिया है? तो क्यों अभी तक गृह मंत्री जो हैं 80 दिन से ऊपर हो गए हैं, फिर भी किसी तरीके से स्थिति को नियंत्रण में नहीं ला पा रहे हैं।
Since the 3rd of May, over 160 people have been killed in the Indian state of Manipur, while several thousands have been displaced. Outrage has grown over horrific video of 2 tribal women being paraded naked by a group of men. The clip surfaced 2 months after the incident. The widely condemned incident has led to calls for the removal of Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. Skirmish in the state began when the Kuki tribal group clashed with the non-tribal Maitai group over the entitlement of economic benefits and quotas given to the tribes. For more on this, we now have with us our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibal joining us from New Delhi. Siddhant, thank you so much for joining us. As I mentioned earlier, the Indian opposition parties have moved a no-confidence motion against the BJP-led union government in the parliament. What can you tell us about this?
Well, yes, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, that's the lower house of the Indian Parliament, has accepted what the opposition came up with, the proposal for no confidence motion, and it's up to the Speaker now, and he has to come up with a day and a time. It's highly unlikely that that day will be today, but essentially the purpose that the opposition has come up with no confidence motion, even knowing that the government has the number, is to first make sure that the Prime Minister makes a comment on the issue of Manipur in the Parliament. And secondly, they are also looking at the upcoming general elections, the elections here in India, almost 9 months away, and we have seen a lot of movement regarding it, the opposition coming together under the name, under the bloc India, and we have seen the Indian Prime Minister slamming it as well. But when it comes to the government, the Indian Prime Minister, they are comfortably placed, they have the numbers, and we know that the government has said that they are willing to talk about Manipur. The Home Minister yesterday speaking in Lok Sabha said that we are willing to make a statement on the issue. So the clash continues between opposition and the government, both eyeing at the general election, but also trying to score points as well at a time when the government is keen to pass number of bills, and of course the opposition is keen to make sure that there is a show of strength during the ongoing monsoon session of the Indian Parliament.
Right, absolutely, Siddhant. As I mentioned earlier, protests, uproar, that has largely dominated the monsoon session of the Parliament. There have been repeated adjournments as well. Meanwhile, if we are to talk about Manipur, over 160 people have been killed in Manipur since the 3rd of May. Several thousands have been displaced. What can we expect in this regard? How do you see the situation unfolding going forward?
Well, the situation in Manipur, we know that, there have been reports coming in. The situation remains precarious. But if we talk about the monsoon session of the Indian Parliament, the focus, of course, has been to raise the issue of Manipur in the Parliament by the opposition, while the government, being defensive, has been saying that when it comes to raising this issue. While it is keen to discuss this issue, the nodal ministry, that is the Home Ministry, the Home Minister himself is willing to make a statement. But when it comes to the Indian Prime Minister making a statement, that remains an issue for the opposition. And opposition says that they're not going to relent on that issue, even while they know that the government has the number. It looks like a long haul. It looks like the monsoon session will be witnessing this kind of clash all through the session. But essentially, the big focus remains for the government, for the opposition, is the upcoming elections. We will see such clashes between the opposition and the government in as the election season or the election date comes closer, that is next year. But largely Manipur remains a dominating issue. That is the top headline here in India. And of course, there are concerns and worries regarding the situation on the ground and its spillover effect in the neighboring states as well.
Right. Well, Siddhant, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We will, of course, continue to track the developments. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.